Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. I want to start things off by giving a special shout out to our brand new sponsors on the channel. Thank you so much. Metric Gaming, Mike Donahue, you guys rock, and we got you this rundown. There are loads of new game announcements to start talking about today, so let's get started with the new Fallout. Bethesda has dropped a pre-E3 bomb by announcing Fallout 76, an all-new game in their post-apocalyptic series. They've released a short teaser video revealing that players will take the role of a new survivor from Vault 76, which has been mentioned in previous games, but never shown until now. As for where you'll go when you leave the vault, the teaser features a cover of the song Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver, which is about West Virginia, indicating that the game will take place there or somewhere else in the southern United States. We haven't seen any gameplay yet, so it's unclear exactly what kind of game this will be. It could be another first-person game like Fallout 4, or an online game, or something similar, but we'll have to wait and see. More details on Fallout 76 will be announced at Bethesda's E3 showcase on June 10th. Now, this says to me, I'm predicting that this is going to be kind of like an Elder Scrolls Online type of experience. I think they've had some good success with ESO. They've had some stuff where they've had to kind of change the model and, patch it up and give you lots of extra content, but they're figuring out their way. They're finding their way. There's a huge community for it. It may not be as prestigious a title as a standalone Fallout game, but I suspect that we're going to get some kind of multiplayer Fallout experience, which would be rad and I think appeal to a lot of Fallout players out there, but we'll have to wait and see. I am very psyched. Bethesda is going to come with a very big show. If they've already announced a new Rage and a new Fallout, and we're not even at E3 yet, they're going to have some big announcements. Very excited about all that. All right, and over to another big game announcement. Nintendo doesn't have just one Pokemon game coming to the Switch, they actually have 3. Last night, Nintendo finally revealed the first official details on their long-awaited Pokemon offerings for the Switch. The two big new games are called Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and are basically simplified versions of the games from the core Pokemon RPG series, with elements from the hit mobile game Pokemon Go. Players will explore the Kanto region to look for new pocket monsters, and the actual process of catching them is just like Pokemon Go. The game can also be controlled with just one hand using a single Switch Joy-Con, or a new motion sensing peripheral called the Pokeball Plus, which can also connect to mobile devices and be used for Pokemon Go. The games themselves connect to Pokemon Go as well, allowing you to transfer characters back and forth. The idea behind the two new games is to create an experience that will appeal to longtime fans, but also be more accessible to newcomers. There's also two-player co-op, as well as online battles and trading, but you'll need to pay for the new subscription-based Nintendo Switch Online service in order to access them. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee land November 16th, the same day Nintendo Switch Online launches. You won't have to wait for the other new Pokemon game on the Switch. The third new game that Nintendo announced is called Pokemon Quest, and is a free-to-play experience where you battle other Pokemon and then build your own base camp, complete with blocky Minecraft-style graphics and microtransactions. That's available now on the Switch and is coming soon to iOS and Android devices. It's crazy how much Pokemon news just dropped out of the blue, and the other big announcement, of course, is that there's going to be a core RPG, full-fledged Switch experience in 2019, so the Pokemon Company and Nintendo are working very hard to you fill up your Pokemon tanks, your Poketanks. And I think what's interesting is that they're creating their own little, eco-universe here around Pokemon and Pokemon Go on the Switch. So they're kind of guiding people away from Pokemon Go back to the Switch a little bit, where they have a little bit more control over all of this stuff. I don't know if it's a way to carve back some of the revenue that Niantic has been getting over Pokemon Go, or just to try to extend the lifespan, or to kind of regenerate a lot more interest in Pokemon Go, because obviously the user base has been tailing off a little bit, but interesting, and definitely it's ambitious, and they're spending in lots of big ways here. Pokemon is not going anywhere. If anything, it's just getting bigger and bigger, and now Switch owners that love Pokemon have lots to smile about, so congratulations. Walmart has jumped the gun and spoiled another big E3 reveal. After Walmart's website posted a listing for an unannounced game called Team Sonic Racing, Sega went ahead and officially announced it a few hours later. As expected, it will see players take the role of beloved Sonic characters and then race each other in 12-player online matches or 4-player offline matches. It's being developed by Sumo Digital, which has worked on other big racing games like the Forza franchise and the F1 series, not to mention the last Sonic racing game, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, which which was released in 2012 and was awesome. More details on Team Sonic Racing will be revealed at E3. Earlier this month, Walmart spoiled more than a dozen other big E3 game announcements. So way to go, bravo Walmart, on having no compunction, no holding back on any of these embargoes or this exclusive information. Sonic Team Racing I'm excited for. I've had a little tiny taste of it. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it because I think I'm still under embargo, even though everybody knows what's coming. But I love Sumo. I think they're a fantastic developer. And as I mentioned in that story, I'm a huge fan of Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. I believe it's one of the free games coming to Xbox, if it's not already available, very soon. If you've never played that game, it's amazing, and it's a love letter not just to Sonic and racing, but to all of the Sega franchises. It has beautiful remixes of all these classic Sega themes, including the Panzer Dragoon music. It's super cool. Great game. Super excited to see what Sumo's got up their sleeve with Sonic Team Racing. Now, Hollywood wants to spawn another big superhero franchise. The long-rumored new big-screen Spawn movie has been officially announced and will star none other than Oscar winner Jamie Foxx. He'll play the original Al Simmons version of the character, who is a U.S. Special Forces operative who dies and is resurrected with demonic powers, turning him into the anti-hero Spawn. The film is being produced by Blumhouse Productions, best known for making low-budget horror movies like Get Out and The Purge, and it will be directed by Spawn creator Todd McFarlane, making it his directorial debut. McFarlane says the new movie, which he also wrote, will pick up in the middle of Spawn's story after he has his powers, so it won't be another superhero origin tale. Hopefully it's better than the infamous 1997 Spawn movie. No release window yet for the new film. Exciting news, man. I'm a fan of Todd McFarlane. I like Spawn. I also like Jamie Foxx, and I know that Todd has been working his butt off to bring Spawn back to the big screen. I don't think he was happy with that 1997 movie either. I didn't hate it. I'm excited when I see creators having the ability and the support to kind of move from one sort of media discipline to another and show people what they got, you know. And obviously Blumhouse has been on a tear with lots of really smaller risks that have turned into big successes, and this might be the same case here, and I think this is their kind of first entry into superheroes. And clearly they have access to some great effects artists and stuff like that, so this might actually turn out to be a great movie. My fingers are crossed, and congratulations to all that work with Todd on this stuff. This is great. Okay, the battle between the world's two biggest Battle Royale games has officially begun. After almost a year of threats, Battlegrounds developer Bluehole has formally launched a lawsuit against Fortnite developer Epic Games. The lawsuit, which was filed in Bluehole's home country of South Korea, alleges that Epic ripped off Battlegrounds with the Battle Royale component of Fortnite, infringing on their copyright. Bluehole has stated in the past that they don't necessarily have a problem with Fortnite using the Battle Royale concept in general. Their problem is with how Fortnite is so similar to Battlegrounds in other ways, with matches starting and playing out in a similar fashion. They also don't like how Epic Games mentioned Battlegrounds by name in promotional material for Fortnite Battle Royale when it was first released. We'll let you know where the lawsuit goes from here. Now, this is a crazy story because, of course, PUBG uses Epic Games Unreal Engine 4 to create their title, and they work with Epic to make sure that their stuff works very well for all the players out there. So I think this is going to have some pretty big ramifications for the company. Epic is a much bigger company, not just because they're doing well with Fortnite, but because they have this licensing division, this technology division, and they have their own games, and they're making lots and lots of money. So they're going to have access to some pretty big lawyers. I mean, it's pretty hard, I think, for PUBG to kind of stand there and say that they created the whole concept behind Battle Royale. This is a concept within the shooter genre that has constantly been evolving, and different companies and different brands and different titles can kind of claim responsibility for this thing being such a huge hit. PUBG just hit at the right time with the right product, and they grew, you know, in a huge way. I find it difficult to believe that copyright law is going to kind of go in their favor with this stuff. But maybe Fortnite is going to have to, you know, make some alterations with the way that they handle some of the rewards and menu systems and all that stuff. You know, what happens with a lot of these lawsuits is that they reverberate, and there's a lot of personality clashes, and there can be bad blood that goes on for a long time. And it's unfortunate. This is big business, though. These are two of the biggest games in the world right now. And, you know, when people start seeing the money that's being cut up and the pie slices getting smaller and smaller, you know, it rankles people's nerves, and people go to court. So we'll see how this all fares. But My thinking is that Epic Games has probably got a lot of precedents to kind of stand on. The video game industry is loaded with titles that have evolved from other ideas and sort of tweaked them and changed them and come up with their own kinds of concepts. It loves to borrow from great ideas, this business. So that does it for the rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode. In the meantime, make sure you click around and watch some of the other content that we've been making. And if you dig it, hit subscribe, that little bell, and if you're so inclined, that sponsorship button too.